Admission open, admission open. Apollo Academy, 11 Science and 12 Science. Subjects offered: Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Mathematics, English, Meitei Mayik, Home Science. Class commencement from 9 May 2022. Form issue from 25th April 2022. Address Kwakaithel Bazaar near Amuko office. Please contact 825-801-3846. Apollo Academy Common Universities Entrance Test CUET 2022. Class commencement 9 May 2022. Eligibility 12 pass or peering. Available hostel seats for boys and girls of schoolgoers.
First news headlines. Konsa Village Chief Village Authority present Big Tick Drum to MP King Sanaja Waleshemba at the Royal Palace. Hello and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Village Chiefs and Authority of Konsa Village under Saito Assembly Constituency gifted a large traditional teak drum to Rajya Sabha member King Sanajawa Waleshemba at Royal Palace yesterday. King Sanajawa promised to construct a community hall at Konsa Village for Christmas this year. Youths of Konsa Village adorned in traditional attire arrived at Royal Palace to present the large teak drum to the king. The program was organized by Meitei Lipun. Speaking on the historic program, King Sanajawa said, when kings ruled the state, Liangmai community presented Hyang Hirel, royal boat and large drums to two kings of Manipur. There are stories of Liangmai community presenting such large traditional drums to King Nauthinkong between 663 and 763 AD. In 1666 to 2697, they also presented Hyang Hirel, royal boat, to King Paikhomba. Expressing happiness for witnessing the age-old tradition during his time, he said such activities will strengthen the bond among the people of the state. As token of appreciation, King Sanajawa promised to construct a community hall at Konsa Village for the coming Christmas. The 3-day mega premiere show for Homeshwari directed film Tharoi Ahambai Mahau concluded yesterday at the Auditorium Hall of Manipur State Film Development Society (MSFDS). The film is produced by Ranjit Ningthauja under Home Films Manipur. Speaking on the occasion, Secretary of Home Films Manipur, Ranjit Ningthauja said the 3-day mega premiere show was organized in collaboration with civil society organizations and cultural bodies to revive the dying cinema of Manipur, which was affected by the pandemic. It was also organized to educate the artists on discipline besides acting. Ranjit drew the attention of the authority concerned to construct a mini auditorium at every district equivalent to MSFDS. Vice Chancellor of DM University, Professor Nongmaithem Rajmohan, and President of Senior Writers and Playwright Forum Manipur, Manaubi MM, attended the closing event at the Presidium members. As part of the event, gifts were presented to the members of Home Films. A combined team of Phogakchau Ikai Police Station and Bishnupur Police Commando under the supervision of Superintendent of Police, Bishnupur District and Herojit conducted a search operation, arrested 2 persons with 7.32 kg of opium. According to police reports, the arrested persons have been identified as Lukinthang Vaifai alias Thangkopu 30, son of late Kwangem Vaifai of Boljang village, and Letkogen Vaifai 26, son of Kutinlun Vaifai of Tangmol village of Churchanpur district. The arrested persons along with the seized items were handed over to Moirang police station for legal action. Wangkhairakpam Shriman of Nongmaibung Wangkhairakpam Laikai has been appointed as the National General Secretary of Lok Jana Shakti Party, Rangvilas, and in charge of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Manipur Party Youth Wing. A press release issued by the National President of LGP, Pranav Kumar, expressed confidence that under his leadership and guidance, the party will grow leaps and bounds. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Nahak, pukning wakhagi anaba laibra. Drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari. Manipurda ihan hanbo oina rehabilitation and child care center. Inkalakliba naha singita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layengjari. Expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kayadagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center, Kwakaithel Akham Likai. Adongi mathau tarabadi nakanda pijariba contact number asida pau faubirau.
And knowledge, saying this will not only help prevent disaster for the current generation but also for future generations. Addressing at the inaugural session of the 4th edition of the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, he said that it is a shared dream and vision that people can and must translate into reality. He said people must be at the heart of any infrastructure growth story and assert that this is exactly what India is trying to do. The Prime Minister also mentioned India's efforts to scale up basic facilities like education, health, drinking water, sanitation, electricity and transport, while also tackling climate change in a very direct way. PM Modi further said the initiative on infrastructure for resilient island states that was launched at COP26 last year is a clear expression of our commitment to work with small island countries. India reported 3,205 new COVID-19 cases with 31 deaths in the last 24 hours. This pushed the number of active cases to 19,509 and the overall tally to 4.30 crore according to the data updated by Union Health Ministry. The cumulative death, however, surged to 5.23 lakh. The active cases constitute 0.05% of the total infections, adding the country's COVID-19 recovery rate is 98.74%. The daily positivity rate was also recorded at 0.98%, while the weekly figure was recorded at 0.76%, the ministry said. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease rose to 4.25 crore, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.22%. On the other hand, the cumulative doses administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 189.48 crore across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on a 3-nation trip to Europe, is all set to hold meetings with the Prime Ministers of Norway, Sweden, Iceland and Finland in Denmark today. PM Modi will also participate in the 2nd India-Nordic Summit along with Denmark, Iceland, Finland, Sweden and Norway counterparts, where they will take stock of the cooperation since the first India-Nordic Summit in 2018. Later, PM Modi will depart for Paris to meet with newly re-elected French President Emmanuel Macron. The two leaders are likely to discuss mitigating the global economic consequences of the Ukraine conflict as well as ways to ensure the cessation of hostilities in that country, diplomatic sources said. Before arriving in Denmark, PM Modi visited Germany, where he held bilateral talks with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and co-chaired the India-Germany intergovernmental consultations. During the meeting, PM Modi and the German Chancellor reviewed the full range of bilateral ties, including giving an impetus to trade as well as cultural linkages. Nearly 10 weeks into the war and with its troops making only marginal gains in Ukraine's east, Russia is focused on cementing both military and political control over the territory it has taken so far. The Kremlin is installing occupation governments, ordering locals to use rubles for transactions, and according to 3 people involved in the efforts, planning hastily organized referendums in some areas to open the way for full annexation. The people spoke on condition of anonymity given the risks of retribution, discussing sensitive information. The Kremlin did not respond immediately to a request for comment. Though far short of President Vladimir Putin's original aims of ousting President Volodymyr Zelensky and installing a pro-Russian regime in most of Ukraine, the latest efforts pose a new obstacle for already stalled peace talks, in which Kiev has insisted Russia give up the ground it has taken since invading on February 24. Zelensky's military, backed by infusions of heavy weapons from the US and its allies, plans a push to retake territory. Now, before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top story once again. Konsa Village Chief Village Authority present Big Take Drum to MP King Sanaja Walashemba at the Royal Palace. That's all for now. Thanks for joining in and have a great day ahead.